think the first thing is to approach trials with some skepticism. I mean, it doesn't matter if they're in a really fancy journal. You really need to approach them skeptically. So you need to know what was the question that they were asking, and then to think about the methods. Could these methods answer the question in a reliable way? So, there's a hierarchy of evidence, and you want to know where you are on that hierarchy, because different trial designs have different sets of problems and biases that you need to think about. So if it's an observational study, you have to worry about confounding. Even if it's a randomized trial, you still have to worry about whether the comparison groups are fair and whether the groups were treated equally and all of that sort of stuff. The other thing is to think about the magnitude of the findings. So you can't just look at p-values or decide qualitatively, this treatment works or this test works. You need to look at the numbers. You need to quantify things to get a sense of how big or small the effect really is. Because sometimes something may be statistically significant, but it may have very limited clinical meaning. And then I guess the other really important thing is whether the results apply to your patients, because trials are done on very select groups of people. And the patients that you're seeing in clinic may not match the people who are in the trials. The more that they are like the people in the trial, the more confident you can be about extrapolating and applying the information from the trial. The more that they differ, then you can be less confident, and you have to be more cautious. People often are afraid to give the public numbers because they're afraid that they can't understand them. There's really good evidence that people can understand numbers really quite well. The problem is we often give them numbers in ways that aren't easy to understand. So the burden is on you as a communicator to explain things in ways that are transparent. So for example, there was just a trial of a new drug for Alzheimer's disease, and the headline said 27% reduction in symptoms or whatever, but it never said 27% of what. So you have no idea whether that's a big difference or a small difference. So that's a very common error that we make. So anyway, quantify things, give absolute numbers, and then the most important thing though is to talk about the reliability of the information. So what kind of study was it? Why should I believe these results? Why can I be confident in these results? And to think about the potential errors, the biases, or other problems that may make the results turn out to be false. But I guess the bottom line is it's just really important to give people numbers and emphasize the cautions and limitations of the research in order to give them a fair understanding of what the clinical trials are about.